Hey guys, this is Gone Baby Han here again. I have a review for you guys today. I kind of went off on a tangent there last week talking about 9/11, Dark Knight Rising, but I want to get back to what I kind of created my YouTube account for, and that is to review movies, because that's what I want to be. I want to be a film critic, so figured this is a good launching pad to start. But I want to review Nicholas Winding Refn's Drive. I just got back from seeing this Saturday. I saw it with my brother. And like it says on my Facebook status right now, this is one of the coolest looking movies I've ever seen. Just like the style of it, the way it was shot, the cinematography, the lighting, the music. Oh, the music is great. The acting. I mean, just I can't think of one thing to nitpick this movie about. And like I've heard a lot of chatter and stuff on the internet, people saying it's really slow and boring, and the actors just sit there and stare at each other. But like, I think there's so much that can be said about human emotion with someone's face and their body language, and like plus Ryan Gosling, he's just such a guy that can just emote really well with his face. He just has a really interesting face. But this movie, like, I highly recommend it. You should go see this. The movie came out last Friday. It's about basically Ryan Gosling is a Hollywood stunt driver by day, mechanic by day. He has like 3 jobs or something. And at night, he is a getaway driver for criminals that want to commit robberies. And he's very strict. It's kind of like the transporter. He gives them a set of rules. He's like, you have 5 minutes to do your business. And if, you know, in those 5 minutes, I'm yours. I do whatever you tell me to. I don't carry a gun. But if you don't get back to the car within 5 minutes, I'm gone and you're fucked. But you know, and it's just the opening sequence is like him doing one of these jobs, and just the music, the dark setting, like just the tension is like a rubber band that's just getting pulled back, and you're just like, oh my god, like when he'll like cruise right past cop cars with the lights off, and like just it's just a really great suspenseful, like Hitchcockian scene. The director, Nicholas Winding Refn. Interestingly, I was talking about Tom Hardy playing Bane on my Dark Knight video about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He actually directed a movie called Bronson about the UK's most dangerous inmate, Charles Bronson. Tom Hardy played him, and it's directed by the same guy. I watched the trailer today on the internet, and it looks like it has like the director's name all over. It's just that highly stylized, really cool cinematography, and just really cool choice of like 80s like synthesizer cool music. I really want to buy the soundtrack to this, by the way. But yeah, I saw this movie 2 days ago, and I cannot stop thinking or talking about it. Like I've been telling everybody at work, just like you have to see this movie. It's just this is like what I go to movies for, is to see like filmmakers do something just like completely outdo themselves, like Nicholas Winding Refn did. As far as like the rating goes, it's rated R. The gore, a lot of people have been saying the gore is a little unsettling. It is, but with a film like this, it works because it's so like over the top, and just like it's real quick whenever people die. I mean, it's vicious, it's brutal, it's real nasty and in your face and visceral, but like it's real quick. It doesn't like sit there and stare at the guy's like convulsing body for like 30 seconds. It's just like he kills him, you get a shot of him dying or bleeding, and then it's done. But compared to some other movies that I've seen, it's not the most violent movie I've ever seen. It's gory. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really violent. There's some parts where you're watching the movie and you're like, ooh, you know. But I wasn't. It didn't like take me out of the movie. I mean, I knew it was a movie about, you know, criminals and getaways and double crosses and mobsters. So I mean, I was expecting a lot of gratuitous violence anyway. I mean, that's kind of a niche of, you know, of crime films. They have to have a lot of blood, a lot of violence. I mean, because crime is dirty. But Carey Mulligan was really good. She was his next door neighbor, his love interest that he starts to show, you know, an inkling towards. And they have really good chemistry. And a lot of people are bitching about like how they're just sitting there talking. But I think that's what makes their chemistry work. It's like it's just so interesting to watch them interact with each other with just their face and just their body language. Albert Brooks, I mean, he always just kind of played like slimy, weird characters, like in Out of Sight, and I can't think of a whole lot of other movies he's been. But he's a comedian, you know. He's not like a really sinister kind of. You wouldn't think of him as a really, you know, evil kind of person. But in this movie, he's real charismatic and real kind of even funny. But then, like halfway through the movie, he turns like psychopath. Like you're like, holy shit, this guy is the real deal. Like you don't it's like the Joker in the Dark Knight. You don't know what he's gonna do. Like you just don't know if he's just gonna snap and just stab you in the face. But and Ryan Gosling's that way too. He kind of like teeters on the edge of psychotic because when Ryan Gosling offs people, it's gross. But I mean the driving scene in this movie, the driving scenes in this movie, even though there aren't a whole lot, they're really well edited and just the sound, just the cars themselves. They have like just old school like Camaros and Novas and Mustangs. I mean, it's really cool. Supposedly, because it was such a low budget film, my brother was telling me about this. Apparently, they had to take donations from like car collectors because they were they didn't want to have to go and buy them wholesale because they were on a limited budget. I think it was like I want to say on Wikipedia here it says it was a budget of like 13 million. Yeah, about 13 million. So far it's made 11 million at the box office, so it's gonna make its money back for sure. I mean, since word of mouth is spreading for this thing like crazy, it's gonna make a ton of money. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes 100 million. I mean, not now, but soon. But yeah, this movie, I mean, it's just like it takes me back to my days when I went to school for film, like and studied film history and film criticism, and like just the subtext that you can read in this film, the different things, like Ryan Gosling, like in my opinion, in this movie, he's kind of like he's like a model for like a modern superhero. He wears a costume. He only goes by one name. He never gives his real name. Like some superheroes, they don't give their secret identity away. He has a badass car, and in one scene he even wears a mask, which is fucking creepy as hell. But yeah, and a lot of the critics, like the professional critics, like Peter Travers and Entertainment Weekly, USA Today, have said that apparently Nicholas Winding Refn uses a lot of existentialism in his films. And I'm not going to get into existentialism because it's like really a wide, broad topic. It's basically from what I get about it and what I learned in college, it's about like what it means to exist and like people kind of questioning religion and like God. And it's just, I didn't get that sense. Maybe in some scenes I did. And I don't want to spoil it too much. You'll kind of have to go see it. Maybe you can go see it and comment and tell me what your thoughts are. But I want to see this movie again. I told my dad about it. My dad's a huge fan of like mobster films, and I told my dad, I was like, look, it's different, but you're gonna love it. Like it's awesome. But yeah, that's my review. I mean, 5 out of 5, 2 thumbs up. Fuck yeah. I mean, the movie's awesome. Right now it's my favorite film this year that's come out. I mean, period. But I highly recommend that you go see it. And you guys, post your comments. Let me know what you thought of the film, and I'll try and get back with you. But you guys have a good night. I'm off to the midnight release of Gears of War 3, which I am fucking stoked about. And hey, I may even do a review of that next time. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.